Hello everyone, this is Jose, and I just kind of wanted to document my journey through microdiscectomy slash open discectomy procedure and surgical journey. Just wanted to kind of vlog my journey through this. This will be my first time ever having surgery, other than, if you can see right here, this little dent in my head where I fell when I was younger and required stitches. I've never had any kind of real big open wound on my body and never really required surgery. Well, never, actually. This is my first time. So to say that I'm a little scared and frightened is an understatement, of course. You know, you go through the entire, am I gonna wake up, am I not gonna wake up, you know, thoughts and things like that. So I just kind of wanted to document it. A little history. I've had back pain going on about 2 years, maybe 3. Started with myself foolishly lifting a recliner and taking it up a flight of stairs in my house. I laugh because I think about it now, and the amount of pain that I'm in right now does not even remotely justify the reasons that I had at the time when I was moving the couch, to even remotely think why I should be doing that. But nevertheless, I attempted to do that, hurt myself, went to the doctor. Just seemed like it was a severe pull of a muscle, so I was prescribed some medical strength ibuprofen, got an x-ray just to make sure nothing was broken, I guess, or anything. Nothing came back showing that, so took a couple days off of work, started feeling better. Then about a year, I would say, ago, back to the stairs again. I tripped and fell down, not the entire flight, but for the most part, a good amount of the stairs, landing right on my left side and on my back. I had a bruise falling down, but nothing really major, nothing, you know, other than the bruise. Didn't really feel anything. So I just took some regular ibuprofen and, you know, just kept trucking along kind of thing. Then one day I woke up and had a severe leg pain, felt almost like a muscle pull. So I had thought maybe a couple days prior to that, you know, we had been going hiking and stuff like that, so I thought maybe I pulled something. So I figured, okay, I'll ice it down, use a heat pad, use some ice, have my wife kind of massage it myself, kind of stretch it out and things like that, thinking that's all it was. I just pulled something. A couple days went by, felt like it got a little better, but it was just still there nagging and nagging. Then it started getting worse. A couple times I could not move. I could not bend my legs or pick my leg up to put a pair of shoes on. Couldn't put socks on, couldn't get dressed. It was so much pain. So it started getting me worried, so went to the doctors. They, again, ordered an x-ray. Obviously, for those of you who have gone through this, x-rays don't show everything, obviously. Everything came back, nothing was wrong. So they put me on some pain meds again and sent me on my way. Kind of helped a little bit, but again, all you're doing is masking the pain. You're not really helping it. So decided, okay, this is still not going away. I need to go back. So I went back. I told them. They said, you know what? You may have something called sciatica. Because I explained to them the situation. I told them it goes down the left side of my leg, and it kind of goes through the back, and it kind of ends around my knee-ish. It doesn't go all the way down. I've heard people say it goes all the way down to their feet. Mine ends pretty much at the back, in my glute and the back of my knee kind of thing. So she thought that I had what's called sciatica. I had never heard of it. But when she explained it to me, everything sounded like what I had. So she prescribed, or not prescribed, but sent me to physical therapy. So I had an initial consultation with the physical therapist, and she kind of said the same thing. She kind of created me a workout routine and showed me things to do at home, and then things that they were going to do with me there at physical therapy. My insurance is pretty awesome because the therapy sessions were not that expensive. I think they were $25 each session, which seems like a lot, but to be in a place where they can fully massage you and do everything like that and then give you a workout area and there's really nobody there, it's not too bad. Okay, and plus my doctor had said just to do a few times, and then plus my doctor said do a few times, and then once you get the exercises done or get them down, then you can pretty much just stay at home and you don't have to go so many times. So I was already thinking, okay, I'll do it 2 or 3 times and that's it. So I went again, kind of helped a little bit, not a lot. Again, I felt like it was just masking the problem. And after a couple of sessions, I decided, you know, I'm just gonna do these exercises at home. Bought a yoga ball and some stretch bands and things like that. Tried it home, felt better. Okay, still would have a little bit of leg pain though. So went back to my doctor because I had a follow-up, and she asked how I was doing. I said, it's okay, but I need a little bit, you know, I feel like just a few more weeks. So she prescribed me a little bit more intense therapy with a company called Arosti. If you've never heard of Arosti, Google it. It's AIRROSTI.com. They're amazing. They do amazing work. Here in San Antonio, I visited them at an office, Dr. Fabling, F-A-B-L-I-N-G. Awesome guy, super funny, great guy. Had my initial consultation with him, and he also did some pretty intensive massage therapy and things like that. And he told me it was gonna hurt, but with that pain, you're gonna get better. So he did it. I was in so much pain right after I left, but I started feeling a little better. Then all of a sudden, bam, I woke up one day, and again, the leg pain was just unbearable. I could not walk. I emailed them, and one of the great things about Arosti is that they get back to you super fast. And this, I emailed them on a Saturday, actually on a Sunday, and I got a response within about 45 minutes from one of the physical therapists there. So that's pretty awesome that I'm able to do that, reach out to them, and they get back to me. So they told me to immediately stop the exercises because they should be helping. They had wanted me to get on a foam roller and kind of roll out my hip flexors, my hips, my glutes and whatnot, and it was just so much pain doing those things. So they said, stop them, we want you to come in on Monday. So took some time off of work, went in Monday. The doctor said, Dr. Fabling said, you know what, you should have responded, because usually it takes 2, maybe 3 sessions and you're virtually pain-free. The fact that it got a little worse tells me that there's something wrong there. Had you had an MRI before? I told him no. He said, I want to get an MRI done on you. I said, fine. Never had an MRI done before. That machine is definitely, I hate it. I hate that machine, but I went and got one done. He got the results. He showed me the herniated, bulging out disc. Said this is what's causing the sciatica pain, and he wanted me to go and talk to a spine consultant neurologist, neurosurgeon kind of thing. So I'm like, okay, let's get these things taken care of. So I decide to, he gives me some recommendations. He gives me some referrals to some places, and I call one of the ones that I looked at, I did a little research on, and turns out they're pretty good. Neuro Spine Consultants and Center here in San Antonio. Went and visited them. They got the MRI results also, and pretty much said the same thing. Yeah, you've got a bulging disc, it's herniated, sticking out, pinching on your sciatic nerve, and that's what's causing the crazy amounts of pain. They asked what had I done. So I told them everything: physical therapy, regular exercises, core exercises, aerobics, all of this kinds of things, and nothing had worked. So Dr. Lasning Albert there recommended maybe we should do some surgery, but first let's try some other things. Let's try some injections, cortisone injections, so forth, and let's try some massage, and let's also test for nerve damage, because his main concern was the more you have this, the more you're susceptible to nerve damage. So they sent me on to get testing for nerve damage along with trigger point injections and so forth. Nerve damage came back very, very, very slight. I mean, I'm not getting any numbness or tingling or anything like that at the moment. And so, but he just said, you know, the longer you prolong this, the longer, or you know, the worse it might happen. And of course, worst case scenario, you lose the use of your leg, because it eventually just goes out. Your nerves just eventually get so damaged that you no longer have any feeling in them. Of course, he said this is years and years and years down the road, but if it progressively gets worse, you want to seek out possible surgery. So I said, okay. He prescribed me with some nerve pain. We got the trigger point injections. I had a follow-up. Everything was great. Little bit of leg pain, very, very minimal, but overall I felt great. And this was March of 2016. July 2016 and the first week of August of this year, pain came back again with force. It just came back and literally took me out. So go do the same thing, orders another MRI just to be sure, because of course no doctor is going to operate based on an MRI that was done 7 months ago. gets another MRI. Looks like it moved a little bit, the disc. He recommends, you know what, Jose, we really need to get in there and get this done, get this removed. So he explained to me the situation, having a microdiscectomy with a possible open discectomy, depending on when he gets in there, if there's more disc that needs to be removed. But for the most part, he's gonna go for the micro version, which according to him is an incision about a little bit less than an inch. They use some retractors, some tubes, go in there, open you up about that big. You're under general anesthesia. He goes in and removes the herniated portion and leaves the good part there. While he's in there, if he notices that it's a bigger herniation, because again, nothing shows you 110% what's going on until you're in there. So he said if it looks like it's a larger herniation, you know, just in case, he wanted to let me know that if that's the case, then he's gonna have to create the incision a little bit more, so it's about 1.5 inches to 2 inches, to pretty much remove all the herniated disc, and ultimate worst case scenario, replace the disc if that's needed. Of course, he's giving me all these possibilities. He had said that for the most part, it's gonna be a microdiscectomy, but he didn't want me to wake up and end up with a big incision and wonder, why was my disc replaced? You never talked to me about that. So that's kind of cool. I like how he gave me all those options and all those possibilities, and it's all gonna be covered in one. Whereas most doctors would say, we're gonna do the micro, and of course they want you to keep coming back. He is set on me being pain-free. So I really love that about this office. So now we are here. I had time to think about it with my wife and my family and mother, father, and things like that. And here I am. It is October the 12th, 2016, and I'm scheduled for surgery tomorrow, October 13th, 2017. Lucky number 13, that's my lucky number. I was born on the 13th. Looks like I'm having surgery on the 13th. So my wife was born on the 13th. So it is what it is. I'm just kidding, It is what it is. So we'll see how it goes. I'm really hoping for a microdiscectomy and just in and out. Recovery time is gonna be about 6 to 8 weeks minimal before I can go back to work. And then of course a progressive, you know, I've read and heard it could take up to a year to get full. But in my mind, anything from this point forward is going to be worth it, knowing that it's going to ultimately lead to no pain on my leg, which everything that I've read from videos that I've seen and whatnot, the leg pain is almost instantly gone like that the moment you wake up out of surgery. So I just kind of wanted to give you my story. That's a quick version of what's gone on. I will vlog later on before my surgery, hopefully, or tonight, and then I'll keep daily vlogging as I go through the trials of recovering from the surgery. Okay guys, talk to you later.